unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, I'm Vanessa and I, and welcome to the fam. So you guys, I'm in a really chill and centered mood today, so I thought, why not film a reading on what blessings are coming for you in May of 2020? Because if there's one thing that is clear in the year of 2020 is that we have to celebrate all the little wins and blessings and be grateful for the things that are going well. Because there's a lot of craziness going on, and it can be really easy to focus on that instead of focusing on the good and the positive. And if this is the first time that you've tuned into one of my videos, make sure that you subscribe for more uplifting as well as motivational content, especially during this time, because on my channel I want to keep things lighthearted and fun, because right now there are enough super serious things going on. We need some balance. So for today's reading, I have 4 gorgeous crystals, 4 gorgeous minerals that you can choose from. So I want you to pick one of these 4 minerals intuitively. So just pick with your gut feeling. If you need a little bit more help on how to pick the right crystal, I have a free PDF bundle down below with tips on picking crystals as well as cleansing them, and also on how to buy tarot decks. Okay, so this is a bundle that I personally put together to help you, so feel free to download that. The link is down below. And all 4 crystals will also receive more of a close-up when I begin each reading of each individual crystal. So if you just want to look at the crystal, scroll to the timestamp that corresponds to the crystal that you want to see up close. So we have the Angel Aura, we have the Rose Quartz, we have a Pastel Blue Calcite, as well as an Amethyst. So the timestamps to the 4 groups can be found down below in the description box, so you can just click the timestamp that corresponds to the crystal of your choice, of your liking, and fast forward to your reading. So guys, I'm going to be starting off with the first group, which corresponds to the Angel Aura, and to all my other gorgeous groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Angel Aura group number 1, and this is honestly one of my favorite crystals. So it is basically an electroplated quartz. That is how it gains this gorgeous color. Okay, it needs to focus. Come on, focus. Why is this not focusing? Oh, okay, here we go. So this is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, honestly, I think it's pretty clear why it's one of my favorites. So nice choice group number 1, but I want to get into your reading to figure out exactly what blessings are coming for you in May of 2020. So we have wonders as well as taking risks. So group number 1, one thing that I see for you in May of 2020 is the fact that you're going to feel as though you're taking risks. You're going to feel a little bit insecure during the month of May. Now, is this something bad? Not necessarily, group number 1. I want you to see it from the perspective of trying out new things, of being unafraid, as well as growing out of your current comfort zone. Because when you take risks, you are able to expand what you feel comfortable doing. You are able to fly, just like we have here in the card. You're able to kind of create wonders in your life, okay? Things that you did not expect to happen in your lifetime, or maybe just generally for you. So that is one thing that I see coming for you in May. Then we have the full moon in Aries as well as the new moon in Taurus. So we have energy here that goes together in a very interesting way. In the new moon in Taurus, I see prosperity lying ahead in May of 2020 for you. And in the full moon in Aries, I see that this prosperity is not just kind of prosperity that you did not expect. It's coming as like in form of a climax, okay? So maybe you've been waiting for that pay raise, for that paycheck, or you've been kind of a little bit worried about your job, but you're going to hear that yes, you are going to still have your job, you are going to be able to maintain it. So that is one thing where I see prosperity coming for you, okay? It is something that you already have been worried about, but it's going to come as like a climax, come to you in the form of, yes, okay, thank God, I can breathe again. I can kind of relax about a situation that I was worried about. That is one thing that I see, especially when it comes to, you know, financial prosperity for you in May of 2020. Another thing that I want you to see here in correlation to finances is the fact that there is the possibility here for you to start your own hustle, your own side hustle, your own business. So that is one thing that I see in taking risks, and the fact that it is probably going to be more prosperous than you expected, and it's going to probably come with a lot more goodness for you than you thought, because you may have always kind of dreamt of doing your own thing, but always thought to yourself, oh, you know, I'm not born an entrepreneur or not born to be doing this. Well, guess what? Nobody is born an expert at doing business. It's something that you just learn along the way. So don't deprive yourself of the chance to do so, of the chance to experience that. Then we have the King of Wands, as well as the Ace of Swords. So this is very phallic energy, group number 1. If you're new to my channel, then you may have not heard this term before. Phallic means masculine energy, and as you can see, the Ace of Swords is a phallic symbol, as well as the King of Wands. You know, we have a wand, which is also a very phallic symbol. I want you to know in the Ace of Swords that things are happening quickly in May of 2020. So try and keep yourself in a headspace where you don't get too anxious, okay? If you have anxiety, that is something that you can combat with meditation, maybe working out extra hard if you can. There are a ton of amazing home workouts that you can do with no equipment right here on YouTube. You know, feel free to pause the video, open a tab, and just type in no equipment home workout, okay? There's so many amazing people who can show you how to stay fit and also just distribute your energy in a way that makes you feel more kind of at peace. So in the King of Wands, I see here that you have to take control over the things that you're passionate about. So one thing that will keep you in balance with all the quick movement that is going on in your life in May of 2020 is by taking charge of, you know, where the energy flows, as well as making sure that you're making healthy choices. That is one thing that is important, and why I brought up kind of working out, because that can keep you balanced. And it may seem counterproductive, by the way, we have the Five of Wands here. It may seem like a challenge, okay? That is one thing that I see in the Five of Wands. It could be a struggle, it could be something that you almost need to force yourself to do. But it's important for you to know that even though it seems counterintuitive to put your energy in working out, it actually creates more energy, because guess what? You're proud of yourself. You know, you've done something for your body, you've done self-care, and that is something that can push you forward and make you then have this domino effect of better choices in May of 2020. So just because prosperity is coming financially in your job, in your career, does not mean that you should neglect how you're eating, how you're living, your lifestyle in general, okay? Don't use that as an excuse, group number 1, because for some people, that is their favorite excuse. I've been there, I know what it feels like. Try to avoid that though. Then we have the Five of Cups, as well as the Two of Cups. So we have very favorable cards here in regards to love. If you're single, then you might be delighted to hear in the Two of Cups that there is a possibility to meet somebody special, especially in correlation here to the Five of Cups. I see that there has been an emotional struggle, but you are able to resolve that through being within the vicinity here of somebody who just allows you to energetically free yourself and just release any kind of fears that you may have had. So you may have had fears of not being attractive enough or lovable enough, but I see in May of 2020 you're going to have an encounter with somebody who makes you feel lovable again, who makes you feel like you're worthy, even though you may have thought to yourself many times that, oh, you know, it might not be meant for me. If you're already in a relationship, I want you to know that for those of you who are in relationships, this could be a struggling kind of time, okay? It could be a challenging, a trying time in your relationship. As I can see here in the Five of Wands as well as the Five of Cups, there is a differing in opinion, okay? There's kind of like you have your very strong opinion, they have their opinion about something, and it is affecting your relationship because none of you really wants to back down. But the best thing in this moment for you to do is try to see the other person's viewpoint and be okay with just agreeing to disagree. I know it can be really hard sometimes, especially if you're of a water or earth sign. It can cut really deep when your partner doesn't agree with something that you feel is part of who you are fundamentally as a human being. But sometimes you also just need to give them time, because when stubbornness and ego is involved, it's sometimes best to just give people time to ground themselves, to get to a place where they can actually think about what you've said and take your point of view on board as well. It's not so easy for people to just do it right off the bat all the time. Then we have the new moon, as well as the full moon in Virgo. So I want you to know that in May of 2020, manifesting with the new moon will come with a lot of prosperity, extra abundance for you. That is how you can really harness the power of the moon, and just make sure that you put yourself in a place where you feel as though, yes, I am good enough. Okay, I see that the new moon can have this new beginning come with it to put you in a better mental headspace on how you feel about yourself, group number one. Okay, so I want you to know that you are good enough. There's a reason why you tuned into this reading. There's a reason why you're still here. And if you are still here, leave a little 4-leaf clover emoji down below in order to let me know. And just as like a symbol to yourself, just as you actually typing out that you are worthy. So leave that little 4-leaf clover down below as a symbol that you understand you're worthy, and just a little bit of accountability for yourself that when the new moon happens in May of 2020, you are going to make new moon wishes. You're going to focus on what you want to accomplish and just tell yourself that you can and that you're good enough. So group number one, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know in the comment section what hit home the most, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number two, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Rose Quartz Point, group number two. So I want to do a quick close-up of this beautiful gem. The rose quartz is the stone of love, as many of you know. So that may be an indicator of why you ended up subconsciously choosing this stone. Maybe you need more love in your life, or you kind of need to heal old emotional wounds. But let's move into your reading to figure out exactly what is coming for you, what blessings are coming for you in May of 2020. So we have release as well as transformation. So as we spoke about just briefly in why you may have chosen the rose quartz, it may have to do with the fact that you need more love, and why you may feel like you need more love and just more nurturing from somebody close to you, or just somebody in general. Maybe because you have to release things that you have been through in the past, okay? Things that have left emotional scars, that have left you feeling like you're not good enough, okay? So I see that May of 2020 is going to be an essential month to your personal transformation and your personal kind of glow up, okay? So this is an emotional glow up. This is not necessarily a physical glow up, but I want you to know that often when there are emotional glow ups happening, it translates into a physical glow up. Your skin becomes more glowy, more beautiful, more radiant. You take better care of your body because emotionally you're in a better place, and then all of a sudden your body starts looking healthier. You know, you just start to have this better energy, if you will. You're all around just vibrating on a whole nother level. So I want you to know that May is a month where you just have so much blessed energy moving towards and into this transformation where you can release old emotional wounds, and maybe you don't feel so dependent on receiving love from others anymore, but you kind of are okay with you being the only one giving you all the love you need in times where others maybe don't have time or don't understand what you truly want. So let's move a little further into your reading. We have the gibbous moon as well as the new moon in Libra. So one thing that I see here in the gibbous moon is that you're very close to achieving your goals. It's important for you not to give up, because often we want to give up just right the corner before our goals, okay? Right before we end up achieving what we have wanted to achieve or what we've been fighting for. And it's so funny how it seems to be something so human to want to give up when you're so close to the finish line, but you know, restrained from doing that. Put yourself in a better space. Allow yourself to be a part of your transformation, because that is what will propel you to the finish line of your goals. And just having these emotions of wanting to give up is normal. Remind yourself that this is normal, but don't allow those emotions to take over. In the new moon in Libra, one thing that I see here is that we have a new romantic cycle for you, group number two, and this just ties in beautifully with the rose quartz because it is the stone of endless love, okay, of friendship, of connections, real deep emotional connections. So there is a good chance for you to establish this, especially if you're single, but also if you are in a relationship. This is a time for more romantic energy, okay? This is a time where you can show your partner how much you care about them. Maybe it's your anniversary, maybe it's, you know, one of you has your birthday in May. It's important for you to really just celebrate and also express more of a sensual side, if you will. So we have a lot of cards that want to speak for themselves within your reading, so let's get into it. We have power, simplicity, trust, courage, solitude, and last but not least, relaxation. So one thing that I do, if you're not new to my channel, then you already know this, but if you are new, then you may not know that when the cards just pop out of the deck, that to me intuitively means that they're trying to say something. So May of 2020 is a month of relaxation and recharging your power. I see that your power has been used a lot quicker than you maybe should have, okay? Maybe you put a lot more energy into the current situation that is happening in this world, which is understandable, but I see you just moving into a space of more simplicity. And that in itself is a blessing, group number 2, when you can just relax and regain your power, regain your strength. That is something that you should be grateful for. Furthermore, one thing that I see here is spending time in solitude. Of course, I mean, that goes without say. And furthermore, I want you to just kind of trust that this time of simplicity, this time of everything being scaled down so much, is actually going to have a good effect, okay? People are going to come out of this situation changed, having like a more, how should I say, a more caring outlook for the world, for one another, and just a feeling of being on the same level as other human beings on this planet, okay? And I see that it's going to take courage for you to get through this and feel like the world is actually a better place. And why I'm saying that it's going to take courage is because it is easier to see the negative many times than the positive. It is easier to see the bad in humanity and people than to see the good. But one thing that I see here is that you're going to take the courageous leap forward to just believe that people are better than what we often see, to just believe that we can make a change for the better. So that is one thing that I want you to see as a big step forward, as a huge blessing, because when we come to a point where we just accept that we all make different mistakes and we should all just kind of like accept each other's faiths, each other's beliefs, and just try and guide people gently in the right direction, or a direction that is less harmful to the earth, the environment, and other people, that is when we can truly start to connect and make those changes. So we got 2 cards. Ooh. What is going on? We've got 2 cards that popped right out. So you have very impulsive cards, group number 2. Your cards want to speak for themselves. They don't want to be shuffled. They don't want to be led by myself. So that says a lot. That says that these are messages that your guides really want you to take along with you to May, as well as just like really enjoy the blessings that are coming. So we have Judgment as well as the Hermit. So the Hermit ties in with solitude, but the fact that we have 2 cards that are kind of emphasizing on solitude, being alone, being by yourself, just kind of says to me that maybe pick up the phone, call a friend, an acquaintance, make sure that you're staying in contact with the people who are important to you, because some people may be going a little stir crazy and may need your support and help. In Judgment, one thing that I can see here is that it's important for you to kind of not spiral into a situation where you're unable to see all of these amazing blessings and opportunities coming in May of 2020. So one thing that I see here is that this may have to do with your physical appearance. You having more time to be on social media, or just overall spending a lot of time on media, or say looking at certain advertisements, may make you feel lesser than, or kind of not good about your body and your appearance. That is one thing that I see in Judgment. So this is just a little warning for you, group number 2. It's very essential for you to not allow that to get you in a headspace where you're not focused on your goals, or where you feel like, look, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough anyways, I might as well just give up on this goal because I'm probably not going to get the job, I'm probably not going to be successful, I'm probably not going to get the guy or have a good, healthy, romantic life. Okay, if you think that way, then you're going to give up right before your goals, right before the finish line. So don't allow this kind of self-judgment, this kind of self-sabotage to be a part of May of 2020. So group number 2, I hope that this motivated you to stay on track with your goals. I hope that it gave you the insight that you needed. Let me know down below what you liked most within your reading and what you're planning on embracing in May of 2020. So wherever you are in this world, I hope that you have an amazing day or night, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Pastel Blue Calcite. This is such a gorgeous stone. I absolutely love it because not only does it have really cooling and calming energy, but it just looks the part too. So amazing choice, group number 3. But I want to move into your reading to figure out what blessings are coming for you in May of 2020. So we have protection as well as gateway. So group number 3, one thing that I see here is that it's important for you to kind of just allow yourself to know that you're protected in May. You may have been overly paranoid due to what is going on in your life or this world right now in this situation, and it may have kind of kept you away from reaching your greatest potential, or just living your life to a better extent, to a more happier and fuller extent in these past weeks and months. But I want you to know here that there's a reason why you tuned into this reading. There's a reason why you're meant to know that you're protected, and that is because there is a gateway opening up to a better space for you in May of 2020. So it's important for you not to miss this opening. It's important for you to kind of relax a little bit more and just take better care of where you're at mentally, with feeling paranoid, with feeling like something is going to happen, something bad is going to happen. Because when you constantly focus on that and you constantly think to yourself, oh my God, like I have this bad feeling, I think something bad is about to happen, and then that is often what you attract. So I want you to know that you're in a blessed, protected space, and a gateway is opening up to a better portal of your life. And then we have the first quarter moon as well as the waning moon. So one thing that I see here in the waning moon is the fact that you need to kind of ask yourself, what is it that I need to release? Okay, because one thing that I see in the first quarter moon is that you may feel almost like you're tested. But an amazing thing that is coming for you in May of 2020, a great blessing, is just the fact that you can escape it all if you allow yourself to feel like at peace, at ease, and not stress yourself out. You are your biggest stressor in May of 2020. There is nothing else that is stressing you other than you. Keep that in mind, group number 3. So that could be a really easy fix, or it could be a challenging fix. It really relies on how you see things and how in tune you are with yourself, your body, and your spirit. So we have the Princess of Cups. So as a blessing, I see that you're very connected to your emotions, but you're also kind of emotional, okay? So group number 3, you're in a state where the calming energy of the pastel blue calcite would really come in handy for you. So if you have a pastel blue calcite, feel free to use it, and Amazonite will work as well. If you're not sure where to get a pastel blue calcite, I have a link down below to my shop. So just a little pointer, but of course, maybe you have another crystal that works just as well for you. Meditate with it, use it on a daily basis. What I like to do is keep it right beside my bed when I sleep, and just, you know, say a little intention, say a little word of gratitude before I sleep to my crystal, just to kind of give it that extra energy to guide me through my sleep to a very kind of restful and peaceful place. Then we have the 10 of Wands. So it's important for you to know that you've worked enough, group number 3, okay? It's important for you to know that part of your blessing is just the fact that you're completing a project, you're done with a certain era, a certain aspect of your life, and you can now just give it a little bit of a rest. You can give yourself a little bit of time to release all of that tension that is still stuck in there, because when you have a really big project that is due, you're often kind of really tense because of it, and you're kind of like stuck within that project even after you're done because it was so big, it was so stressful. So it's hard to let go of all of its energy and to move on to a fresh slate. So that is what I see you having to do in May, and just having the opportunity to do. And it's important for you to not see it as something that is difficult, or not see it as, you know, a chore. This is really time where you can just relax and just put yourself into a neutral space to be ready for the next big thing in your life. Then we have the moon. We have the Four of Pentacles as well as the Ace of Wands. So I see a great idea popping into your head, or an idea for a new project. But it's important for you to listen to your gut feeling. Your gut knows best in May of 2020. That is truly a blessing, because when you're unsure of what decision you should make, it's always so much easier and so much simpler and just nicer to be able to rely on your gut feeling. For instance, the other day I was thinking to myself whether I want to collaborate with a company or not, and I just listened to my gut feeling, and my gut feeling said no. My gut feeling said this doesn't resonate, or this doesn't feel right, and that is just what I went with. So that is what was going on for me in April as a blessing, a very strong gut feeling guiding me. But I see this coming for you for me in April, and for you in May, group number 3. Sorry, I was confused for a second with the names of the months. So one thing that I see is that you're going to have that very strong feeling in May of 2020. In the Four of Pentacles, I see very grounded energy around your intuition. I see that a true blessing for you is just the fact that you feel as though you can trust yourself. So not only, whoop, oh my God, that was loud. These cards are speaking, group number 3. So not only is your intuition speaking loudly, but it's also speaking clearly in a way that you can just trust, and you're not kind of asking yourself whether it's true or not, okay? So we have thriving, we have going forward, we have wonders, as well as taking risks. So I really do see you thriving, group number 3. I really do see you going into a better place than you had expected, okay, and moving forward, even though you feel like you're not. So because you've completed a project and you're kind of done with it, and you're trying to just neutralize your energy, that is moving forward, okay? Just because you're not starting a new project or getting into a new relationship doesn't mean that you're being stagnant, okay? You're still moving forward. You're still moving into a place where there is space for magic, where there is space for miracles to happen, and most importantly, where you can thrive. So I absolutely love this card. If this is the group that you chose, leave a little giraffe emoji down below. So in thriving, I want you to know that May of 2020 is just one of those months where you can thrive, where you can feel alive, and also where you feel like I can take risks. So it's important for you, as I said, to listen to that gut feeling, listen to your intuition, don't go against it, and don't test it, okay? Taking risks is awesome in expanding your comfort zone, expanding your knowledge, as well as potentially starting life-changing projects. But it's important to go with what you feel is right. So don't go against your gut feeling. Don't go with anything that feels phony or just even a little bit off. If that happens, know that that is not your risk to take, group number 3. And instead, just kind of focus on moving into this new space, okay? Moving through this portal, through this gateway, into a space where you are just like focused on your intuition, allowing that to do the talking, the driving, and neutralizing your energy to where you can pick up a new project, start a new relationship, kind of start a relationship that has already been in your life on a fresh note. So give yourself time to do that. That is a blessing. It is amazing that you have the opportunity to focus on this in May of 2020. So group number 3, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section what hit home for you, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello Hello group number 4 and welcome to your reading. So you chose this gorgeous amethyst point, group number 4. Let me do a quick close-up for you. I absolutely love these points because not only is the amethyst a stone that helps strengthen your intuition, but it is also one that strengthens your psychic abilities. So if you feel like you need to just have a little bit of support with that, then feel free to get yourself more amethysts in your life, especially these points, because they help really harness that psychic power. But let's move into your reading to figure out exactly what blessings are coming for you in May. So we have wisdom as well as opportunity. Group number 4, I want you to know that there are opportunities coming towards you that you need to tackle with wisdom, not with emotion, but with wisdom. You may feel very emotional in May. You may feel like just kind of making a decision on a whim, just kind of making a decision in a very impulsive manner, but that is not it for you, group number 4. You have to go with the experiences that you have had in your life. Wisdom is kind of crystallized pain, if you will. Okay, wisdom is when you have experienced something, when you have gone through a situation that was once emotional, and maybe it was a big disappointment, maybe it was a failure, a traumatic event, but you learned from it. You have detached yourself emotionally from being affected negatively, and now all you have left is wisdom. You know, wisdom of maybe what not to do in a relationship, or what to do, or you know, how to start a business, or how not to move forward when you're trying to better yourself in your career. So take this kind of wisdom and use this with the opportunities that are coming towards you. Then we have the Six of Pentacles as well as the Queen of Wands. So in the Six of Pentacles, this opportunity is definitely an opportunity that has to do with your career, that has to do with earthly things, material things. Okay, an opportunity can come in love, but one thing that I see here in the Six of Pentacles as well as the Queen of Wands is that this is an opportunity that has to do with a part of your career that you're passionate about. And the Queen of Wands is a strong queen. Okay, group number 4, we stand a strong queen, and that is exactly the energy that I see you exuding in May of 2020. This is a blessing. Use that energy and don't allow anybody to tell you otherwise. Don't allow anybody to tell you that you're thinking too big, or that you're maybe expecting too much out of life. No, 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 no. That is their life. That is their responsibility. You know what is out there. You know what greatness other people have achieved in just 20, 30, 40 years of their life. So you know what your potential is and what is possible in your realm. Just know that some people have a different reality than you do, and that is okay. Respect that, but don't allow them to make their reality your reality. So now we have the Two of Pentacles as well as the Queen of Cups. Group number 4, I want you to know that this is a time where you're going to have to decide whether you spend your money on things that are fun, or whether you spend your money on things that are more resourceful, how should I say, that are going to bring your life a different kind of value than, for instance, new clothes, than, for instance, a new gadget, you know, a Nintendo Switch, something like that. So I want you to know here in the Queen of Cups that it's important for you to be mature, as in the earthly realms you're going to be tempted to purchase things that maybe don't make as much sense as other things. So invest your money in things that make sense. Okay, what, for instance, makes sense for you in May of 2020, what I see here is to purchase things that will last you a long time. So of course, we all like to purchase things that are fun, that make us feel good, but purchase something that you know will make you feel good over and over again. For instance, for me, I love crystals, okay? Whether it is just a point like this, whether it is a crystal that I get to use every day in my water bottle, that just brings me joy. This is a purchase that may seem like, oh, it's just a material thing that is fleeting, but to me, crystals are just something that gives me joy over and over and over again. I always notice a different kind of color scheme, a different facet, just a different aspect to it. So that may be something where you feel like, okay, that makes more sense to invest in than, for instance, yet another outfit, even though you have enough clothes, or yet another item for skincare or makeup, even though you know you already have more than you could probably ever use up. So make choices that are smart when it comes to the material realm, as I see here that there is opportunity to purchase things that are more sustainable and also will just make you happier for a longer amount of time. Then we have the new moon in Scorpio, we have the full moon in Scorpio, as well as the full moon in Sagittarius. So if you are a Scorpio, I want you to know that those traits are going to be hyperactive in May of 2020. One thing that I see here in the new moon in Scorpio, as well as the full moon in Scorpio, is that it is time for you to work through old emotions, okay? It is time for you to work through your fears. All of this kind of Scorpio energy can be emotional, and you can kind of hold grudges. So not only if you're a Scorpio, also if you're of another sign, but I see here that the Scorpio aspect is strong, okay? And you may kind of want to like sting somebody back, okay? So if that is something that you kind of understand or can relate to, leave a little scorpion emoji down below in the comment section. And if you don't have the scorpion emoji on your phone, and just write, you know, Scorpio gang. So I want you to know here in full moon in Scorpio that it's time for you to release negativity. As a blessing for you in May is just an easier way to release negativity. I see here in the full moon in Sagittarius that you're looking at the bigger picture. You're looking at the world from a different viewpoint, from a viewpoint where you feel like there's more opportunity, more sustainability in the things that you do and the things that you purchase, as we spoke about. And that just like kind of opens up a new version of yourself. You may have been somebody who didn't pay very much attention to that in the past, but now you're releasing all of this negativity. Before, you may have scrolled through websites that sell fast fashion, and you may have felt bad about yourself because everything looked perfect. Everything looked as though, you know, it would be such a nice fit, and then you purchase it, you receive it, and it's literally nothing like what it was on the internet. And that may have made you doubt yourself or feel bad about yourself, even though it doesn't make any sense to feel that way, because you know, that's what fast fashion is. It looks better than it actually is. So I see you moving away from that. I see big blessings in the sense of you just understanding yourself on a deeper level, not being so hard on yourself, and just realizing that all that glitters is not gold, and you're not falling for it anymore, nor are you going to make yourself feel bad about things that you shouldn't feel bad about, be it your hair, your skin tone, you know, your lashes, your body shape, your voice, whatever it is. Do you guys remember that scene in Mean Girls where they were standing in front of the mirror and they just found anything to bash themselves about? I think they even went down to like cuticles of their nails, okay? So we're not doing that. That was funny in Mean Girls, but in real life, that's not the vibe, group number 4. And I see you moving away from just overthinking little things that you can't change anyways. You got what you got, you might as well work with it. So then we have the Magician, as well as the Wheel of Fortune. So I definitely see many great opportunities popping up, as we already spoke about at the very beginning of your reading, group number 4. And in the Magician, I see here that it has a lot to do with you just kind of embracing many different parts of yourself. So you embrace everything that is good about you when it comes to your ideas, your creativity. You embrace the part of you that is emotional, yet at the same time kind of stable, and at the same time understanding of others, okay? I see that that will come with a lot of new opportunities opening up in your life, group number 4. We have the King of Cups, as well as the Seven of Swords. So it's very important for you to kind of just be open-minded. I see as a blessing coming for you just the fact that somebody may enter your life who is older than you, who is wiser than you, who is of a water sign and very caring. So don't hide your feelings. In the Seven of Swords, I see that you have the tendency to want to hide your feelings and to want to hide away because it makes you feel safer, but just allow yourself to speak your mind and just say how you feel in front of them. Furthermore, I want you to know, in correlation to the Wheel of Fortune as well as the Seven of Swords, is that with many opportunities, some will be better than others. So it's important for you to choose the opportunities that seem to just make more sense with who you are. So maybe at a earlier point in your life, you would have gone with starting a business that had to do with beauty, but then you realize that that is not an industry that you're into, and that you're far more interested in, for instance, building a business that is sustainable, maybe still in the beauty industry, but just a whole nother vibe, you know, a vibe that hasn't been created yet. So that is of course just an example for you, but I just want to give you an idea of you just moving into a more mature space of yourself and just allowing your ideas to flourish and knowing what resonates with you and where you're at right now and what used to resonate with you. Don't feel like you have to resonate with the things that used to be you a year ago, 5 years ago. You can leave that in the past without being a hypocrite, okay? You change, you evolve, and just be authentic to who you are in May of 2020 because you're amazing. You have a lot of great ideas and opportunities are going to arise for what resonates truly with you. So be open to those, okay? Group number 4. This is a reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and I hope that you found it insightful. Let me know in the comment section what hit home for you and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos.